Spartans dead, 25,000. Greeks avenge, 200,000. Persians. Xerxes, the self-styled god-king of Persia, seemingly had victory in hand. The legendary 300 Spartans lay slain alongside thousands of allies. Athens smoldered in the wake of invasion. To Xerxes, the war appeared won. But for Greece, this was just the spark of a savage fury. The 300 didn't die in vain. They ignited a wildfire of vengeance. One small sacrifice unleashed the storm of retribution that would consume the Persian juggernaut. First, understand the threat. Persia, under Xerxes, was the ancient world's unstoppable superpower, spanning continents backed by unimaginable resources. Unlike his father, Darius, who failed at Marathon, Xerxes built an army that modern historians estimate at 150,000 to 200,000 men, abetted by over 1,000 warships. He was so confident, he bridged the Hellespont with boats and punished the sea itself when storms broke his first bridge, a gesture of hubris fit for a god-king. His onslaught threw Greece into panic. Most city-states capitulated, offering earth and water. But Sparta and Athens resisted. They chose to fight at Thermopylae, the narrow pass of the Hot Gates. Here, Persia's numbers would count for nothing, and the Greeks just needed to delay the invasion. Leonidas led 300 Spartans, joined by about 7,000 allies, Thespians, Thebans, Phocians, and others. For 2 days, the Greek wall held. Persians, immortals, and wave after wave were shattered by Greek spears and shields. Xerxes, perched above, is said to have leapt in fury as his elite troops fell. Betrayal turned the tide. A local named Ephialtes revealed a hidden mountain route. Encircled, Leonidas ordered most of Greece to retreat. He, his 300 Spartans and volunteers, 700 Thespians and 400 Thebans, stayed behind, knowing their fate. They fought savagely. When spears shattered, they used swords. When swords broke, they fought with teeth and hands. Their deaths were the cost of Greece's survival. The pass fell. Persia marched and razed Athens. On its surface, Greece appeared defeated. But to Thermopylae had bought time, and more than that, given Greece its legend. Leonidas' sacrifice and the devastation of Athens seemed like the final blows. Yet in ruins, hope found its cunning voice. Themistocles, the Athenian general. Athens was defenseless on land, but its strength lay in the sea, with sleek triremes and skilled rowers. With calm foresight, he rallied the remaining alliances and positioned the combined Greek navy in the narrow straits of Salamis. Using genius deception, a false leak of panic, he lured Xerxes' massive fleet into the confined waters. As dawn broke, a terrifying sight unfolded. Hundreds of Persian ships crammed into a strait too narrow to maneuver. The Greeks attacked with ruthless precision. Their warships slashed through the chaos. 200 to 300 Persian ships were sunk, while the Greeks lost just about 40 vessels. The blow was devastating. From his golden throne, Xerxes watched his navy crumble, and with it, his grip on Greece. He retreated almost in haste, abandoning his invasion, leaving Mardonius with the remnants of his army. Salamis was more than a naval victory, it was the turning point. Greece had proven that sheer discipline and strategy could tame colossal power. A spark of vengeance burned brighter. Salamis wasn't just a battle, it was a pivot. As the Greeks pinned the massive Persian fleet in the narrow strait, their triremes struck with devastating precision. By the next day, the Greeks had sunk around 200 to 300 Persian ships, while they only lost about 40 vessels. Xerxes watched from his throne, horror and shock taking hold. The sea he thought he controlled had turned traitor. That crushing naval blow forced him to withdraw most of his army back to Asia, leaving his general Mardonius to hold the field. Salamis rekindled Greek spirit. Hope lit anew. The Greek alliance, once shattered, found cohesion in the wake of this triumph. The next spring, 429 BC, Mardonius attempted diplomacy, offering to rebuild Athens if only she'd bend the knee. But the Athenians' response was defiant. As long as the sun still shines, Greece will never submit. Outraged, Mardonius razed what was left of Athens. That act of defiance ignited the final, united Greek surge. They assembled a massive army, around 40,000 hoplites, including 5,000 Spartan elite soldiers, 8,000 Athenian hoplites, and thousands more from other city-states. They met Mardonius's force near Plataea in a defining confrontation. For nearly 2 weeks, the armies stared across a river at each other. Pausanias, the Spartan commander, refused to lure Mardonius out, denying him a cavalry advantage. Then, with cunning and tension mounting, a bungled night maneuver by the Greeks was misunderstood as a retreat. Mardonius seized the opportunity and launched a full charge, exactly what the Greeks awaited. The Spartan phalanx held firm. The clash was brutal. In the midst of chaos, a Spartan spear felled Mardonius, shattering Persian morale and turning the tide into full-scale rout. The Greeks, seizing the moment, stormed and obliterated the Persian camp. The invasion was over, not by treaty, but by blood and valor. Plataea wasn't just the end, it was the vindication of Thermopylae. Spartan sacrifice had become collective salvation. A divided Greece had rallied, and in their unity, crushed a superpower. The victory at Plataea was more than a battlefield triumph. It was the dawn of a new era for Greece. United in the face of annihilation, the Greek city-states had struck back, shattered Persia's ambitions, and preserved their freedom. Their defiance sparked a cultural and political renaissance, paving the way for the golden age of Athens. After the war, Athens leveraged its leadership to form the Delian League, a maritime alliance that safeguarded Greek autonomy and expanded its influence across the Aegean. Meanwhile, the Greco-Persia Wars redefined power itself. Salamis struck at Persian naval might, halting Xerxes' advance and securing time for Greek unity. Plataea delivered the decisive blow on land, destroying Persian control and ensuring Greek independence for centuries. The combined effect of victories at Thermopylae, Salamis, and Plataea etched an enduring narrative. Courage, strategy, and unity can shatter even the greatest empire. As Herodotus and future generations would reflect, this war wasn't just about dust and blood. It was about ideas, self-rule, and human possibility itself. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.